Did you have a question?
That was exactly the same question.
Okay. Over here, Teresa.
If a new screenwriter has got a movie they want to get made, which would cost a real lot of money, more than twice as much as normal, is that very difficult for a screenwriter to sell as a newbie?
No, not if it's a great script. I mean, it's all, is it commercial? It's all about money. It's called the movie business. It's all about money. And that's what people fail to realize in the movie business is it going to make money? I like to make literary movies. They're not making money now. So I want to make movies that are very, very commercial. Because those movies are very hard to get made. I couldn't make The Human Stain today. It just wouldn't get made.
Like movies that are set in a different time frame.
Well, that's how period pieces are hard. If it's an unbelievable story that's going to attract movie stars and an audience, yes.
Studios are about to come out with a bunch of period pieces, and then everybody's going to be sending all their period pieces now.
Yeah, but they're hard to get made.
So, yes.
When you're looking at books, are you taking into account the foreign market as far as when the movie comes out? Are you mostly focusing on the American market?
No, the whole world. I mean, the movie business has changed drastically in the last 2 years. I'm not so focused on America, it's the world.
So what's happened in the last 2 years?
Well, the world has changed because of the internet and communication and, other countries. Like Penelope right now in South Korea is the #2 movie next to Indiana Jones. Russia is emerging as a huge market. I mean, they're building 800 new theaters in Russia as we speak. So Russia is going to be a significant market.
Should we all go out and learn Russian?
But they like English movies. They like action movies. I mean, everybody's looking for, right now, if you have a really good action movie, because there just hasn't been a lot of good action movies, that's what the studios are looking for. They're looking for something that will sell all around the world.
Richard Senny, did you have a question?
I did. When you buy book rights or do something with that, how do you choose writers? Or do you have people that you work with, or are there writers, other avenues to work with?
Well, when I buy the rights to a book, especially the last one I bought, which was Master and Margarita, and it was in the trades and in the press, I've never had, literally, like probably 30 or 40 people called me and said, I have a script on.
Wow.
They had already adapted a script.
Okay. That's not really a good
And I
idea.
can't read those scripts because of legal reasons. So that's a risky thing to do. But there's, people have their love of a book or, an article or something. The best thing to do is get the rights.
What's the second best thing?
Have a take on the material that's just unique and different.
So you can't read the script, but you can listen to the tape. Is that right?
Yeah.
Interesting. So if somebody had a script like that, what if they didn't tell you the script? They just came in and pitched the tape. If you like the tape, then you...
Yeah. But they have to have a script they've written that I can read, that they're a great writer.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Yeah. Any other questions? Anybody? Right over here.
Scott, when you said that Ron Howard pitched, and in the middle of the pitch, you knew it was right, what was it?
Well, on that movie, it was understanding what love was.
And you just got it.
And he got it. So many people big writers were pitching me takes that didn't make any sense. They didn't understand what the material was really about.
So you got to the essence.
Got to the essence of what is the movie about right away.
Cool. Anybody else? Are you?
Yeah. Also, too, when you're talking about, getting the manuscripts, it's almost like you're beating out the studios, which is impressive. And it's like, how do you do that? I mean, how do you know? Okay, this is worth it. I mean, do you have an infinite amount of money? I mean, how can you go on? I mean, it's incredible. It's impressive. And so I'm just trying to get a sense of.
I mean, it's really developing a passion. I mean, this business is all about passion. When you go in and you have a script and you pitch a producer or a director or a studio and you excite them, I mean, that's what it's all about. I mean, how I've gotten these rights is all out of passion. I mean, Marquez hung up the phone the first time I called, and I called him back and said, I'm not going away. I'm like the lead character in your book. I'm just not going to give up, so you might as well give me the right.
Can you respect that?
I think that's the reason I got it.
Really? Wow. Cool.
So it's all about, if you come into the room with me, excitement. Show me why I should make this movie. Get behind it. You have to learn how to pitch as a writer. It's all about creating that passion and excitement of why this movie should get made. And that's how movies get made. And that's how bad movies get made. Somebody, a writer came in and got me so excited, and I ended up making the movie because he believed in it so much. You got to really believe in what you're doing. And if you really believe in your script so much, you're going to get somebody to make it. If it's good writing.
So generally, maybe there isn't a general on this, but how many takes do you usually listen to on a book? I mean, are you listening to 2 or 3 that you were positive, or are you listening to 20?
I mean, it's different with every. I mean, Nick Meyer adapted The Human Stain for me, and he also I'm doing a remake of Rafifi, a French film. And Nick called me up and said, I really want to do the remake of Rafifi. And I said, I don't know, Nick. And he goes, well, let me come in. Because he really wasn't right for it. But he came in and he knew the movie so well and had such a great take. It was the same thing. I'm like, all right, Nick, you can do it, because I know I'm going to get a movie out of it. But he was so passionate and excited about the material and knew how to make the movie. And I can't stress that enough. It's all about creating that excitement. You create that excitement for your material. Even if the script is good and not great, you can get a deal.
Last question back there.
How often do the authors ever want to be attached to the film and have some type of imprimatur on the final script?
Rarely. I mean, on Empire Falls, Richard Russo was a scriptwriter, and Paul Newman and I decided, let's give him a crack, and he nailed it.